So I'm making this video because I found an Almo clip, because I go through all of them, that I will probably be pestered about to make some kind of response about, because I think it's an important clip, but I think people are getting worked up about it or mad about it for the wrong reasons. So I'm going to let the clip play without my voice, and then I'll tell you the thoughts after it.
All right, JC, it's getting really boring just blabbing about colorblind mode all the time. We've heard it a million times. We know. Continuing to badger us about it isn't going to change anything. If it gets done, it'll get done when we have time to do it, or if somebody decides that it's something that should be done. You know, we know that a lot of players want it. We know it's not a small number. We get it.
So basically, on first viewing, it just seems that Almo is being extraordinarily rude here. And while I think that I know it wasn't his intention to be rude, but I think his wording was a bit off. So it came across more rude than he was actually being. So, basically, what I think he's trying to say is he isn't in control of whether or not the colorblind settings will be made or not. He doesn't get to make that decision of saying, this patch we're gonna work on colorblind settings. So he has to wait for someone that's higher up on the ladder of behavior to tell him colorblind settings need to be made. You need to figure out how they'll be implemented or whatever. So, and this is just my guess. I have no clue how the company actually works. This is just what I'm thinking. So, the issue I feel in the clip that I don't think people are going to notice is that when, like in most companies, when they're trying to make a finished product, they will have meetings to discuss what's going to happen with their product. So in this case, I imagine they have their meetings with all of the people in all of the different departments going, this is what we need to make, that you guys need to discuss all of the things you need to discuss on how to get this made. So the issue I have with it is the whole tone of it is that it kind of seems like Almo doesn't care whether or not the colorblind settings are made or not. And, like, I don't think he was meaning to be rude, but it just feels like he doesn't care. Because as someone who, I don't know if he suffers from colorblindness, I don't imagine he does. But as someone who doesn't, it wouldn't seem like a big priority to him. So when he keeps getting pestered about it, it just seems more annoying than, like, feedback he would get about whatever changes he makes. So the issue there is, if they do have meetings, Almo could be a person to say, hey, we should make colorblind settings. And it's clear to me with this clip that it's not something he's doing. And it's clear to me with that clip also that no one's doing that at Behavior. Because if there was anyone at Behavior that would advocate for it, I think it should be the game designer. It should be all of the people there, because they're missing out on a whole bunch of players that would love to play their game. But when all of the things in the game that are important are red, and when red's one of the hardest colors for people that suffer with color blindness to see, it gets real bad, especially with the PTB. They changed the exhaustion thing to be red on orange, which is basically just 2 shades of red. So, not only does it feel, at least on an outside perspective, that they don't care about colorblind settings, it's like they're not even taking into account how their changes they're making would affect people that suffer from colorblindness. So, I just wanted to make this video to say that I don't want anyone to send hate to Almo, because he's just doing his job, and I'm sure he's a wonderful person. I haven't been able to talk to him just on like a one-on-one thing, that it hasn't been like on the forums discussing the game, but I don't want any hate sent to him no matter what circumstances. We can criticize his work, and that's mainly why I made the videos, is to, you know, it's a funny thing to make because some of the things that happen on a stream are funny, but it's also to show, like, that we can critique the decisions he makes in a constructive way. And I don't want anyone to send any hate to him or any hate at all. I only want it to be constructive. So I'm kind of doing this in the same effort that if we want colorblind settings in DBD, we have to be the ones to push for it. Because he may be getting more annoyed, but it's even more annoying to us when it just seems like the people there don't care. So that's basically all I wanted to do for this video. Was just discuss how I felt about the clip, and say that if we want colorblind settings, we need to be the ones to initiate them, to go, this is now a large enough problem that they have to do it. Because without enough people behind it going and saying that they need it, they aren't going to do it. And I have other feelings about that, but I think that would be for another video and another time that isn't discussing specifically Almo. I just have a very negative feeling about the company as a whole, because they could be doing so much more with the game, and it's just clear that they're coasting rather than trying to make a really excellent game. So that's it. That's all I wanted to discuss. So I'll see you in the next video.